Hello, welcome to Froggy Ray Creations. I'm Andy, this is Bob, and this is our new addition. This is Pablo the penguin. He's another little crafty helper of mine. He's from Alyson. All right, so today I have a new assistant along with Pablo, Alyson. She's now my I can't figure out what I want to do today video maker. She provides me with whatever she would like to learn about. So that's what we're doing. We're going to work on that sprinkle stuff is still finding it. Oh my. Anyway, we're gonna work on making altered paperclip bookmarks. So that's an altered one, or what they consider. And then this is a hidden paperclip bookmark because you can't see it. I mean, you can if you really want to get technical, but it's, you know, hidden, considered hidden. So I thought, what better way to show that off than to, oh no, Pablo, stay. I love him. He's got his little paint kit on. He's ready to go. I gotta finish Bob's little outfits. And I don't know if Iris, if you've noticed, he wears the little wooden bracelet because I have fat wrists and it's a little tight. So he wears that. Okay. But anybody that knows me knows I love to use miniature things or tiny things to create things. And these Uno Go, I need to get more of these because they're really like a perfect size for a bookmark, either the hidden one or the altered, because they are small enough for like your smaller books. My grandfather loves them because he uses them in the book this way so he can keep the line like on the page where he left off. He knows like above that, that's where you start again. So he hooks them this way, which I thought was really cool. I mean, I figure, you know, you can use them whatever way you like, but that was one of his like favorite parts of it. And so for my grandfather, I said, you know, do you want me to like make you a whole bunch and you can, you know, share them or whatever? And he said, yeah, that would be great. So I did that. And now he needs more because apparently they were a huge hit with his church group, his men's group at church. And even just some of the other ladies saw them and were like, oh, what are those? Sorry, I needed to take a drink of my very ice cold water. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show how to make an altered one first and then a hidden one out of each of these. I just picked random ones. I didn't do anything special. I have like a bag of, that's not it. There it is. A bag of puzzle pieces and playing cards that I just kind of stuck together. Some are wooden, some are the little miniature pieces. I've made bookmarks out of these tiny little things, out of the wooden ones. I don't know. I just try it all. Another one of the sizes that I love is, I have this weird bookmark, or this weird puzzle piece, and I turned it into a bookmark. These are a little trickier because you have to cut paper out, you know, to match that so that otherwise you have a hard time trying to stick it onto paper because it'll get caught. And then I have these teeny tiny little itty bitty paper clips that I use for these because even the shortest standard one is too long. But anyway, we're not going to do those because they're a little too complicated for just a quick little video, which is getting longer because I just ramble. But anyway, so we're going to get at it. I don't know what size these are. I think they're, it's almost 2 by 2.5. Okay. So 2 by 2.5. I think that was 2.5. I feel like I'm second guessing myself. Yeah. So we'll just do a hair over 2.5 just because I want to, but I also like to have the extra room. I can trim it down if I need to. So we're gonna go with, you son of a Y, 2, excuse me, and then another 2, just because those will save. All right. And then this little guy, let's see, are you big enough? No, but we can, what about you? You're good that, for one version that way, but then I've got this other extra little paper bits that I have. That'll work. How wide are you? I know, I'm sorry I didn't do all this. So 1 1/4-ish. I'll do another one just because. All right. Then we're going to, I need paper clips. For this one, I can use, oh boy, all the things come with you. Okay. I mixed them all together, so that's kind of complicated, but let's see. You work for that, and you work for that, but do you work for that? You do work for that. Okay. I'll grab out a couple of them, and then I'm going to leave a pile of them here because I know those are also my hold it together things. Excuse me. Okay, so let's do the hidden one first, which would be like, I would technically use 2 of these, but what I'm gonna do, okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, let's see, you turn into 2.5. We're backtracking here, hold on. This is a little bit thinner paper, the index cards. So we're gonna fold it in half first, which should give us our 2.5. Oh wait, yeah, 2.5, okay. I still don't know where the heck I put my darn bone folder, but that's okay. I can improvise. So we got that, and then what was it, 2 inches that way? All right. Oh no, that was not 2 inches, but that's okay. Because what we're gonna do, because I feel like, that's okay. I'm sorry, in my brain I'm trying to process really quickly what I'm trying to think of here. What was this? An inch? Oh, okay. I made those way too big. I'm ridiculous. 1 3/4 at best. It's just under that. Okay. But we can trim it once we... But 2 is too big. That's a little better. Okay, so this one could be for the hidden paperclip bookmark. Oh my gosh, my brain. It's like, no, it's not gonna work that way. All right, do this again. You can literally do this in any size that you like. I just think that this size is literally one of the perfect-est sizes. Okay, so we're gonna do this. A lot of people that I've seen do it like to nip out just a little chunk there so that the paper clip can show through a little bit. That way you can put a dangle on it or whatever, but you don't have to do that. Like, you can cover it up. The only problem is it creates like a little bump there. So you have to give it space, and then you can just trim that part off, but you'll have like, you know, a little bit of a gap kind of a thing. That's where Fabri-Tac comes in. It's really handy. Okay, we're back on track. My brain has sorted through the process here. It's been a minute since I've made them, so it's a little weird and tricky in my brain. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to do that method where we clip out a little bit of the business here. I'm not going to go ahead and adhere this ahead of time because I'm going to decorate this first, then adhere it, because if you try to punch through and do all that stuff later, it's a poop show. The other thing you can do is, if you don't have like a hole punch or whatever, you can use an X-Acto knife and just cut like a slit in this. I am going to use my hole punch, so, which I didn't bring over, of course, because why would I do that? That makes too much sense. Every chair in my house is like squeaky today. I don't know what's going on. All right. So you just want to cut out like the tiniest little, I'm just trying to center it by eyeball. That's close enough. So you just want it to be able to poke through here just enough. So what you'll do when you're ready is you'll do that, and then you can take like your tweezers or whatever and kind of just give it a gentle little pull through, and then voila. All right, so again, I'm gonna go ahead and decorate this first. We're gonna grab definitely some book pages. Whoa, knocking stuff over, because that's what I do. They say you're perfect. Ah, pooped. I guess I could use that. You are perfect. Oh, look at that. How fancy. All right, so actually for this, we want to create, you don't want to create a lot of bulk to them because they are going in a book. I mean, honestly though, like, you could do whatever the heck you want, right? It's not going to matter so much, but I know for myself, like, I don't like my books to get, the ones that I'm reading and not destroying for art purposes. I like to keep them nice and in good shape, so I don't like having a bulky bookmark myself, but, you know, to each their own. Your book, you do what you want with it. And that wasn't very straight. Oh well, it's adhered now. Okay, so we're gonna get that going. I know I said I was going to use those, but I'm not, because I'll do it for the altered part. Yeah, the altered bookmark. Make my little poo pile over here. Not you, though. I need to find a better placement for you. Oh, yeah. I forgot my kneaded erasers. And they clean the glue off, too, which is kind of cool. All right, but it's a lot easier to go through and make this look all pretty and then punch your hole again, because if you try to do it beforehand, it just doesn't, or after the fact, it, sometimes some of the things that you've put on there make it a little difficult to do in the after part. All right, so now we just need some cool little, I pulled out this little bag of what I thought was, it has some tags and stuff, but I don't know if they're going to be of any use, but we're going to see what we've got going here. Oh, we got some, we've already got that, but some homemade tape with hair on it, a little fuzz hair. But from taking Scotch tape and then laying it on a farmer's almanac book and then peeling that off, so that was fun. All right, so we've got some homemade watercolor paper. That's kind of cool. And just some different stuff here. I don't think I want that. Okay. You get back in there too. And you. Oh wow, this thing is jam-packed full of all kinds of weird stuff. Okay. Just some random weirdness. I didn't really have a game plan in mind. So I'm just kind of gonna wing it here. Excuse me. I don't know if I want to do the brown or the whatever. Like this one is really layered. I really like that whole thing, especially this side. This side makes me the most happy. So I kind of want to go and do something similar to that, but I didn't grab a bunch of stuff, so I don't really know what I can do with that. Oh, I like those flowers. And they go really well with this little thing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim. I fussy cut all these things out anyways, so. And then, actually I could do it like that, and we can just do a good tear on it. Do it kind of in the middle there. I don't know, it feels like it blends too much. I really like it though, but it's just too blendy. That's pretty. Could do that. Something of that nature. And then, oh, I have some, I could do some little, oh yeah, do an edge of that. The decorating part is probably the hardest for me because there's so many decisions. So I try to limit myself because if I just pull a bunch of stuff out, I'm going to be here for like 10 years. Trying to decide which I like best. Actually, too, I have these little houses or shops. I think they're little shops. But I have some of that stuff to potentially use as well. Let's just start gluing and just not be so particular. It's just easier to hold and not get glue all over myself, and that's my favorite part, is not getting glue on me. I use this so much, this glue bottle, and I'm telling you what, having the bigger nozzle to fill, or hole to put the glue in, it has been, what a dream. What a dream. I'm gonna do that, I think. Then we're gonna glue this on, and I think we're gonna do a little fab on it because it's fabric, so, you know. Do the squeeze, and we're just gonna do a little thin line right across that. And then, I guess the decorating part you didn't really need to see because, you know, that's not really, the tutorial is more of the making the actual bookmark itself, but I guess you're getting a bonus. Oh, I see, I know what I can do too. All right, let's do it. But as thin as you can make them is probably the safest bet. Because a lot of people might not like the bulk. I don't want to glue it together, so it could even, especially with that Fabri-Tac, that stuff's dangerous. You're gluing all kinds of things together. All right, and then, I mean, pretty much it could be done. I don't know why though. I feel like it needs like a number or something kind of like that. Well, oh, this might have something funky on it. It does have some numbers. And it has some words. Butterfly flowers, butterfly. Got some. Yeah, we could do a funky, colorful butterfly. These are such a pain in the rear end to get off of here, though. Let's see. Wow, wasn't that difficult? I like barely have a hold on this thing. That's the tiniest little grasp. You don't need much on there, but yeah. I almost fudged that all to the nines. Okay, so I like that. And then I think I'm gonna do this little weird F680 sticker. I thought I just ruined it. Just dab that little dab. Nope. Okay. Okay, so that to me is good. You know, you can put sentiments on it or whatever if you like. I'm just gonna trim off the paper portions and then the ends of like the fabric, but oh wow, that went far. But I don't mind this little hangover. You know, it's not gonna get in the way of being the bookmark. And then we're gonna redo our little hole punch here. And now this is the fun part, is trying to, so you want to get this in here and have it pulled out, you know, as far as you like. What feels good to you. Give it a little bit more here. And now you're gonna, some people tape this down. I don't myself. I just Fabri-Tac it. If you were gonna tape it down, I would suggest using like paper tape or masking tape kind of a thing. But what I do is just fill the center of this with as much Fabri-Tac as it'll fill, and then you just want to get as goopy as possible with it, especially in the middle here around the thing. So that's what you want to do for the first side. Once you close that, don't squeeze it yet, because what you're going to want to do is get you some type of paper to stick in there all the way to the end. And then you know, check on your book or paper clip thing, because they like to get sunk down in there once you do this crazy process. It's really not as complicated as it might look like it's being right now. It's a picnic error, which is a person and chair, not in computer. But I guess it's a pick nip, not in project. It's not the project's fault, it's the user, me. All right, so then do your other side. And this way, you have your paper in here to protect it, so you're not gluing your bookmark shut. I didn't need to go as goopy on the exterior, you know, like you just want to be goopy at the paperclip portion. Wow, that is really crumbing up there. Where is my towel? And then again, you want to check your bookmark, or your, my gosh, why do I keep saying that? Your paperclip to make sure that it's good to go. And then, let's see, I don't know if this will do, but we'll see. It'll be fine. It's just smearing all this stuff around. Oh no, I'm off kilter. Okay, so you just want to make sure it's all lined up. I'm getting the glue bits on me, and then they are gluing to them. Ugh, it's such a mess. I don't know where my little other glue eraser thingy is. It's not really what it's for or what it's called, but that's fine. It works, so. All right, I'm gonna try to peel this up a little bit just because I don't want it stuck to that. This side I kind of messed up, but we can trim it down. It's fine. The inside part doesn't really matter. We just want the decoration. You can decorate the back too. This is my secure method so that it keeps it from, I should have slid that to the end. Oh, come on. Don't glue down all the way. Oh, okay. Slide it to the end over here. This is like being a pain in the rear end. Just because. All right. So, I guess I could have done that. I didn't even need to. Because all I'm trying to do is keep it from gluing itself together. But I want to do a bookmark or a paperclip this way. Good God, if I refer to this paperclip as a bookmark one more time, I'm going to drive myself insane. Okay. Calm down. All right. Anyway, so that now we'll let that dry while we work on an altered one, and that will be a hidden paperclip bookmark. My goodness. Whew. Okay. So now, I just thought it would be fun because this already has a decorative back. So pretty much all you need to do is you're going to put your paperclip here, and then you're going to decorate your page here, and then you're going to adhere that to that. I like to do the long side on the back because that gives you the most, you know, like the most bang for your buck, I guess you could say, or whatever, on paper holdage. Myself, I don't know. You do whatever you like. But we could even take this one step further and kind of do an altered, playing card altered bookmark. Because all you need to do is to make sure that this bookmark isn't going to move anywhere. So you could technically still do, yeah, it's probably not going to, I'll work on a way to figure that out. But for now, we're just going to do it this way. Again, I suggest decorating your page before you apply it to this, because if you don't, you're going to run into issues of like when you're trying to glue things down or put things together, it'll have this bump in here, and you don't, it just makes it more tricky. Oh, but now we can use our, yay. Oh, I like this. Okay. I don't know if you could tell, but that made me really, really happy. I should probably clean my fingers off because they're covered in Fabri-Tac glue, and one, that drives me freaking insane, and two, I don't want it getting all over this project. Ah, son of a, I get too short. All right, let's get that bit off. I guess it doesn't matter. Perfect, that's what I wanted. Okay. Shiminy, shiminy. I don't even care about holding it anymore. I'm already covered in glue. What is more glue gonna do except be more glue? And I don't care if it's crinkly. I like that kind of effect. So maybe we will crinkle it up here. Oh my gosh. Covered in Fabri-Tac. It's Attack of the Fabri-Tac. Okay. So we'll do that, and then we're just going to peel just the slightest edge off because I want to save that flower and all the prettiness around it. But I want it to be the rough, you know, edge. I don't know why I like that torn look and the frayed edges, and same with like when I do like fabrics and stuff. I just love that. I don't like a good clean edge necessarily. It's probably because I'm literally a chaotic crafter. And the craft goblin has not returned with my very favorite, very wonderful scissor or tweezers that I love to death. So I'm very sad about that. But I'm sure they'll turn up somewhere, maybe one day. Let's see if I have any. Do I have any side turned butterflies? I know I got that one because I made it. But I'm trying to see if there's ones that are already like that, because sometimes there were. That goes over the flower. Ooh. I don't know if I want to do pink. That one might be a good size. Oh yeah. That's perfect, they say. Oh, my Lanta. Tags flying all over. Goodness. Okay, now we're gonna, oh my gosh. It's everywhere. It's the Fab-Attack. I guess I could have given this the old oohoo lick, but I don't know, I feel like this is probably gonna hold better. Now part of your little, whatever that thing's called, is off there, but that's okay. And then I think I am going to do, are you kidding me? Yeah, you are kidding me. Although, I like to think out loud, so don't mind me. Not that I think any of you are. I had, what the heck? All right, I didn't bring my sentiments, of course, because that would make too much sense. Yeah? Where did it, there you are. I do this to myself every time. Every time I come to craft, I bring all of the things that I think I'm gonna need, and then then here we are. Let's see if we can do, oh, I feel like it needs to be something like reading. Ah, Seek Adventures. But do we have Seek Adventures in a different color? Oh, we do. We have it in purple. But I feel like that's good for a book. mark that's going to go in a book, because when you read a book, a lot of times, I mean, my favorite types of books are the books that, I'm going to do it cattywampus. You know why? Because I can, first off. My favorite types of books are the more fantasy, or, you know, I like vampire, I like the serial killery stuff. I know, I'm a weirdo. I like the scarier things in life, I guess. I like this, but it is missing, it needs something. So we're going to do our trusty old, they're not old, but our tried and true, one of my favorite mediums in the entire universe. And we're going to give it a little bit of zhuzh. We're going to zhuzh it up. Can you hold that, Bob? Thanks. You're the best. Little Bob and Pablo over there. We're going to do a little coloring here. And we're going to do a little water. Oh, I forgot to put the lid on this. That's not good. And we're going to do a little bit of that. And we're just going to do a little bit of whatever there. Nothing super crazy. Yeah. Just, it feels like there was too much of that, I don't know, beigey color. I needed to, that, I don't know, that just fixed it for my brain. It looks great now. That mess does not look great though. So we're gonna clean that up. Easy peasy. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is, again, we are going to saturate the, we'll do it over top of this thing, the bejeebles out of this guy, and then we're gonna apply this. We're only going to saturate the center of this. The rest we're going to do lightly, not super goopy. Because we don't need all that extra squeeze out. That should be plenty. And then the one thing that I do like stress about it is to try and this is why I do the paper clips as well, because I try to get them as close to the paper clip as possible so that they help, because that's where you really need it to adhere. And then I just throw one on the bottom for good measure because, you know, why not? And then you let that dry and it becomes a altered paper clip. So let's go back to our hidden paper clip. Where did that lid go? Aha. I need to clean the tip, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Ugh, get on there. Go back to your hidey hole there. This can go in the garbage. These can go in there. Ah, fabric. Oh no. Okay. So now it's dry, and yeah, it feels pretty dry. But that's your hidden paperclip bookmark. And then you can do your, you know, I did just a little bit of that, I don't know, whatever that rope is called. I can't think of it right now. My brain, it escapes me, and I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, but you can do, you know, I just have this little piece of string here, and you can do whatever ties or dangles or fabric you want to do. And then when you're, well, I don't want to use it on, no, it shouldn't bother. It's hidden paper clip. But when you're doing when you're reading your book and you're like, oh, I wonder what page I left off on. Ta-da, there's your line, and then it's a lot easier to remove normally. Yeah, there we go. You gotta work it in a little bit. And then on the back, I usually either sign them or I decorate them. So that is Hidden Paperclip Bookmark. This should be nearly, if not dry already as well. Fabri-Tac is pretty quick to dry. And I'm going to trim the edges. I do have a corner rounder that I'll come back and hit it up a little better, but for now I'm just going to do a quick little whatever just to show it in progress, or it working. Okay. That's why you want to, I didn't think about, like, you don't want to butt it up above there. I did it backwards because you trying to cut through that once your paper clip's in place, you're just pretty much just, that could happen. Anyway, so that's that one. And it also can work the same way. And it's a little smoother transitionally than this initially, but once you get, you know, work through it and everything, this will be fine too. It's not very bulky, you know, but it still has some layering and it looks cute. I think they both look cute. But there you go, Alyson. That is Altered Hidden Paperclip Bookmarks. All right. Now, oh, sorry, Bob, I didn't fix you. Yeah, so I'm gonna clean up my mess and make another video. And in the meantime, I'm gonna love you and leave you. That's not how that was on there. But anyway, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Have a great day. All right, we'll see you in the next one.